Hello, it is Wednesday at about 11:45, and I am on my way to Walmart, which is not really a place I go to very frequently because I'm more of a Target girl, just because I know my way around Target. But I have been challenged to make over like a small area in my classroom with a very defined budget of $200, and all items come from Walmart. So I am a little stressed about this. So I've had people ask questions in the past when I've shared like my classroom tours and all of that, like what the process is or how do I decide what I want it to look like. And I've actually made a video in regards to that, and I'll link it in the description box. And then I've had people also say when they see like little corners of my condo that I should like do interior design on the side. And I always say that I don't know that I could do it for somebody else because I don't really have a defined process. I just know what I like, and I just have images in my mind, and I have just been lucky enough, I think, to be able to bring the images that I have in my mind to life. But I don't, to me, there's no rhyme or reason as to how that happens. I think I've just gotten lucky is basically what I'm saying. So I'm nervous about this right now, because it's so confined to one place. And so for me, when I'm putting a room or a house or whatever together, stuff is coming from all different places. So I'm a little nervous because it's confined to one place. I do have some things that I already had purchased that may kind of help with the situation, and that it's a very defined budget. And in the last couple of days, I've just been perusing Walmart on the internet, like on their website, and I've stopped at a Walmart or two to see what they have, because I do have a vision, like I do have an idea in mind, and I have yet to see the things that I need in Walmart to bring that vision to life. So I'm going out and I'm trying again today, and I'm nervous for those reasons, and I'm nervous because I also have a deadline. This all has to occur within a very specific period of time, and I just don't know if I'm capable of doing that. And I'm gonna have to probably enlist the help of my brother and or my dad if I need something put together or assistance with getting things hung. So I thought it would be entertaining, interesting to document the process. And I honestly don't even know if this will ever air because I don't know what's going to happen from here. So that's what this is about. I'm documenting the process. I'm getting ready to head to Walmart. I'm going to go in there and take my time and not panic. I might have to continue to look at multiple Walmarts. There's not a whole lot in my area, and I'm definitely not going to be like going all over the world to all the Walmarts that I can find. So I'm just gonna try and make do with what is available to me. So here we go. Okay, it is sometime later. It's after 3 o'clock, and I am obviously back from Walmart. It was a successful Walmart trip overall. I panicked in the beginning, and I'll show you guys everything that I bought a little bit later. It's just all in the car right now, and I just don't feel like taking it out. But I was a little panicked at first because I was looking for some picture frames, because one of the things I'm going to be doing is framing this TPT product that I got from Kim at Elementary in the Mitten. And I need all the frames to match. And I need 14 of them. And there were not 14 of any one kind of frame. So I had to take a deep breath and improvise. I found 14 frames. Not all 14 are exactly the same, but I was able to get 2 different frames and like map out like a pattern that I'll put on the wall so that I can get the frames. The good news about that is the frames that I didn't see at first but ended up having to get because I had to get or use what was available were on clearance, and they were only $4. So that was a big savings for me. So I picked up the items that the bulk of the items that I think I needed at Walmart. I stayed under $200. I only spent $187, so I have about $10 to spare. And so that part is done. I feel very confident about what I'm envisioning for those frames. Because really what could go wrong? But now I think I'm going to go look at Home Goods, because while I was at Walmart, they had this, technically it was a TV stand that would work well in my classroom, because I want to do something else with the refrigerator and the microwave in my classroom, and I was thinking about putting the microwave there. So they had this really nice TV stand, but they didn't have it in stock. They only had the display. I came home to eat lunch, but then also to see if they had it online, and they don't have that one online. They had some that were similar, but I need it in a certain period of time. I need it today or by tomorrow or Friday at the latest, and none of them were going to be here in time. So I'm going to go do some hunting. I'm going to look at Home Goods to see if I can find something to accent the purchases that I made at Walmart today. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm feeling much better about this whole challenge than I did yesterday. Yesterday I wasn't feeling, or even this morning. This morning I wasn't feeling so sure of myself. So I am off to Home Goods. Right, Jenny? Oh, right now it's, what time is it? Let's say 5:30. It's 5:30-ish. So my intention was to go to Home Goods, I think I said. When I left though, I realized, well, maybe I can just go to Target. Maybe Target has something similar to what I saw at Walmart, and it's closer, and it's probably gonna be cheaper because I have the Target Red debit card. So I went to Target and they had nothing remotely close to what I was looking for, which was disappointing. And so then I was like, okay, maybe I'll just go home, or maybe I'll go to a different Walmart. And then I said, well, let me just go to Home Goods, since that's what I was going to do anyway, because at the end of the day, the reason why I decided to go to Home Goods is because I really need something that's just going to be available today. I don't have time for it to be shipped or anything like that, because I have to get the ball rolling so I can get everything put together and ready to be shared. So I decided to go to Home Goods to see what they had, and I'm glad I did. I feel like there's like a glare on my glasses, or the camera's not focusing. So I decided to go to Home Goods just to see if they had anything, and I'm glad I did. I was getting a little discouraged, but like, when you are looking for something, here's one of my tips with decorating and finding items for your house or your classroom or whatever the case may be. Like, you really have to take your time and go through every square inch of the store, because just when you think you see everything, there is something hiding, not hiding, but just not in clear sight. And so you may miss it, and that's what happened to me when I went to Home Goods. So I looked around the furniture section, was like, okay, I don't really see anything here that's gonna work for what I'm looking for in the classroom. And then I happened to just say, let me just walk around to the back side of this area, and lo and behold, I saw a table that I thought would actually work. And what's nice about this table is that it can, it's made so that you can fold it in and make it more narrow, or fold some pieces out and make it more wide. And so I found it, and it was much cheaper than what I saw at Walmart earlier today, so that was a bonus. And so I decided to go ahead and purchase it. I didn't bring it home with me because it's bigger and it's not in a box. And I don't have any room in my car right now, and I don't even know if my car is long enough for it. So I'm gonna have to like bribe my brother and my dad to help me out with that. So they're holding it at Home Goods until the 15th, but I'll definitely get it before then, because I have to have this whole baby transformation done by then. So I'm going to show you what else I got. Now, when I accepted this challenge with We Are Teachers, I don't know if I ever said that I'm doing this challenge courtesy of We Are Teachers. When I accepted this challenge, I was like, oh no, this is like how floodgates get open for me when it comes to decorating. So I was like, I'm gonna try my hardest to stick to the $200 donation, or I don't really know what to call it, the $200 jump start that they offered me with Walmart, and just keep it close to that. But that didn't happen. I spent a little bit more than that, because once I even get a taste of like getting a space together, then I just kind of like get stuck in the process, and I'm sorry, but not sorry, because I really do want this section of my classroom to be better. So I'm gonna show you what I got from Home Goods and Walmart, and then that will probably be all that I do for this today. And as far as this vlog is concerned, I don't know if it's gonna be just a one vlog deal, or it'll be 2 parts. I think at most it would be 2 parts. We'll just have to see. So I don't know, like I wasn't planning on doing this, or I wasn't planning on vlogging this process to the last minute because I thought it would be fun. So let's start with Walmart first, and then this is in no particular order. So what I'm doing is I'm redoing the small group area, and so I have a chair that is a few years old. I've had it for years, and it's wooden, and I just like to have cushion in the chair when I sit on it. So I saw this pillow. It says, is this upside down? It says My Happy Place, and it's yellow and gray, and so I got it. And my classroom in a lot of ways is my happy place, so I got that really as like a back for myself when I'm sitting in that chair. So that is that. This I just picked up on a whim. I don't even know where I plan to put this. I don't have that thought out at all. This was not a part of my vision, but I got it because I liked the way that it looked. It's a tree, and I thought, you know, maybe I should get that. It's, you know, the learning tree. I don't know, it's a stretch, but I got this from Walmart. I think this was like $24. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it will go back because I absolutely have my receipt tucked away in a very safe place in case I need to return anything for any reason. The next things that I'm going to show you, this is not all of them. You don't need to see all of them because they all look exactly the same, but this is what I knew I was going to Walmart to look for. So my vision is to create like this gallery wall. I don't know if it's really a gallery because it's going to be pretty symmetrical. This wall with framed images of these posters that Kim from Elementary in the Mitten created, that are of activists of different kinds. Activists from different backgrounds, I should say. And I definitely want to and plan to have a activist project to start the school year in my class. I'm going to be using a product from Caffeinate and Educate, and I will try and remember to link that product in the description box. So I needed 14 frames because there are 14 people. So when I went to Walmart the other day to peruse and panicked, I was looking for frames like this. So they had them, but they only had a few. So these are for 8x10s, and the paper is 8.5 by 11. So this is as close as I can get, and we're just gonna make it work. And so I wanted to have these framed, but they didn't have 14 of them. So I went today hoping that maybe magically in the last couple of days they did have 14, and they didn't. So I was panicking. And then I again said, let me just calm down. Let me just do a good, thorough walk around this area. I even had asked an employee at Walmart to scan this to see if there were any in the back, and she said, nope, you have all of them. And as she was scanning, I happened to look, and I saw these, okay? At first, there we go. At first, I was like, no, I don't like these. I didn't necessarily gravitate towards this, like, pattern or texturing here, because I was like, that's kind of like old lady stuff in my opinion. In my classroom, I want it to be more modern. Then it just kind of grew on me because I said I can kind of mix these 2 frames together, and this frame will modernize this frame. And I also like this because it has like a very faint like tan coloring on it, which will match some of the accent pieces of furniture in my classroom. And the best part is these were on clearance. These were only $4. So I bought 10 of these at $4 and 4 of these, and I want to say these were like $8. So it ended up being better for me to buy these because that made my money go a lot further. So I have 14 of those frames, and I think that was all that I bought from Walmart. So that's it for Walmart. I went to Home Goods. I can't show you the table because it's at Home Goods, but I will show you the other things that I technically wasn't going there to get, but found myself getting to kind of decorate the table. And I know that's not important to some, but it's important to me, so bear with me. So first I found this sign that says, well, I didn't find this first, but this is the first thing I'm showing you. I found this sign that said, don't wish for it, work for it. I thought that was a good message to have in the classroom. What I want to do at the table is ultimately, eventually, I also want to have a coffee maker in my classroom just to save me some time in the morning. So my thought is to have this on the desk also. It says coffee first, you people later. I thought that was funny. And this one is wrapped up nicely. I don't really want to unwrap it. So there's something else in here. It's another wall hanging. I'm not gonna take it out because it does have glass on it and I wanna protect it because I can be clumsy. So I got those things from Home Goods. I also found this plant here that I plan to put on the mystery table that you don't see. So I got that, and these are also wrapped up. I think I can unwrap these. This I'm surprised I got because I was so anti this, and I kind of still am because I feel like people are so obsessive that it makes me like stray away from it. But it will be a cute little accent piece if I can get it open. I found this little sign, a Ray Dunn sign. Like, it's very cliche. I've never had one before. I don't even know if this is a thing anymore. But it just says, make today amazing. Another positive sign to have in the classroom. And the last thing, or the last two things, this is a little cup. If you have a Home Goods, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you do know. They are really good about just putting a ton of random stuff as you wait in line at the register, and there's always something that you see. So I found this. I plan to put sweetener in this, so like I use stevia or Splenda for my coffee. Let's see if it will focus. All right, there we go. I was trying to get it to focus. So I bought this, and my intention is to put sweetener in here, like stevia packets, Splenda, stuff like that. So it says live, love, teach. So, you know, I had to have that. So I got that, and then the very last thing that I got from Home Goods, I'm gonna have to get up and roll it around here. Maybe I can reach around and grab it. Let's see. By the time this vlog goes up, I will know exactly what the school year is going to look like, at least as far as we know it, because that decision should be coming out sometime this week. One of the things that has been talked about quite a bit for middle school teachers is that instead of our kids switching from one class to the next, so I have, in a normal school year, I have two main groups of kids. One group is called my homeroom class, and they're just called my homeroom class because I see them first thing in the morning. I teach them language arts and social studies, and then after lunch I switch and I get my second group of kids, and they are referred to as my switch class. And they start with my partner teacher in the morning, and so then we switch after lunch, hence the name switch class. And so instead of those groups of kids moving around, the talk is that me and my partner teacher will be switching. So she'll come in my room to teach the kids, and then I'll go into her room to teach the group of kids that we hadn't seen earlier that day. So we will need to be mobile. So I saw this little rolling cart at Home Goods, so I picked it up just in case. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen, but if it doesn't for some reason, then that will be going back, because that's the only reason that I bought it for. So that's my little haul. And so since this is the last day, and I've had this question before about like the process I go through with setting up my classroom, so I am at the point in my process where I just have ideas in my mind. Like in my mind, I can see what I want, but I don't know if what I see in my mind is feasible in the classroom. And so it's the nerve-wracking part where I'm like, okay, you have some great ideas, but you don't have anything measured. You're just going off of estimations of the amount of space that you think you have, and you better hope that when you go in there that it all works out. Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck, especially for something like this where I'm working under a deadline. So the first thing that I do when I'm putting my classroom together is I think of like, what do I wanna feel? How do I wanna feel? And 9 times out of 10, I wanna feel calm. So I try and think of colors and things that I could put in the classroom to make me feel calm. And I always want to feel like maybe I'm at home. So notice like a lot of things that I buy are things that you would things that are really intended for your home. And then I just visualize how I want it laid out. I don't measure or anything like that, which is not the best thing, but like I said earlier, it's always worked out for me. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's where I'm at. I'm a little nervous to see how it all turns out, but that's all I have to say for today during this process. I will check in with you tomorrow. Tomorrow I am going to go, tomorrow I plan on getting the prints printed out that I'm going to frame, and then going into my classroom, I think, to drop this stuff off, and then just kind of stand in the space and look at it to see if what I remember it to be like is actually so. So we will chat tomorrow. And I'm just gonna forewarn you, I might have on the same shirt tomorrow because I like this shirt and it's very comfortable. So I just want to tell you that that is very possible. So see you tomorrow. Well, hello everybody. It is day 2 of this makeover, or I will say mini makeover challenge that I've been given by We Are Teachers. Yesterday, I shopped. I showed you guys what I got. I didn't get to show you everything from Home Goods because it was wrapped up in paper. I brought it down to my classroom and I've unwrapped it so that everything is out so I can show you those things. I think I didn't get to show you this. So this was the sign that was wrapped, and it says, "We rise by lifting others," just like that. And I feel like there was something else. I think it was this that I didn't get to show you, or maybe I did. I don't know. Who knows what I'm doing anymore. But the bottom line is, I'm in my classroom now. I wanted to get all this stuff dropped off. I'm not gonna do anything else today because my dad and my brother are gonna help me out this weekend with getting things hung and leveled. But I wanted to show you, if you've been watching my vlogs for a long time, I wanted to show you the space because I don't think people know that I always hated this whole area of my classroom. And I just had to kind of give up on it because the school year started. So if you notice, this bookcase used to be over there by the phone, and then these 2 bookcases, because these are 2 separate bookcases that are just right next to each other, these used to be right around there, and I just moved those to the edge. And my plan, my goal is, I found, let me flip it around so you're not just looking at that ugly gray wall. I saw this product that Kim from Elementary in the Mitten had made, where it was just different historical figures with quotes. These are all people that you would consider to be activists. And so I saw them and I was like, oh, that would be a great thing for me to add to that wall. And it is related to a goal that I have in class anyway. So I got those. I'm going to frame them in the frames that I showed you yesterday. This kind of frame, or let's get it together, this kind of frame, and I'm going to have them arranged there. So it's, I'm thinking like 2 rows of 7, and that is where my dad's help will come in. I bought a table from Home Goods that I have to pick up, and I'm thinking about buying a rug to go there because rugs always make things better. That'll be my 3rd rug in this classroom. And is there such thing as too many rugs in a classroom? I don't know. Like, so we'll see. I did have a desk too. I think I mentioned yesterday I had bought a desk from Walmart. And then when I got in here this morning, I was like, I don't have enough space over there for a table and a desk. And so I took that back and saved myself some money. So that just got sent back. So I don't have anything really that needs to be put together, which is always a relief. So what else did I do that I want to show you? I am feeling better just with rearranging those 2 bookcases. And the other thing that I want to show you is I moved my microwave over here because the microwave used to be over on that wall, and I'll be sure to link like the classroom tour video from last year so that you guys can see what I'm talking about as far as how I've rearranged things. And the refrigerator used to be like in this corner with the microwave on top of it, but I have then, or since then, moved the refrigerator in here, which is where I always wanted it to be. So I moved it there in the corner. I hated the refrigerator where it was because A, I hated that corner anyway, and B, the refrigerator was on the floor, so I always had to like bend down to get stuff out of it, put stuff in it. Couldn't really see what I was doing, which is why I knocked over a Starbucks one day last year because I couldn't see. So I just prefer to have the refrigerator in here higher on that table, and now it is. And now I feel better. So last night I went to bed with anxiety about like, oh my God, what if my vision doesn't work? What if it doesn't come to life? What if it just is not what I think it's going to be? And then I had to calm myself down and say, you know what, Latanya? It's not gonna be any worse than what it is. You're not gonna hate it. any more than what you already hate it now. It's only up from here. So that is the attitude that I'm gonna have. But I'm getting ready to go because it's time for me to eat lunch. I'm very hungry, but I want you guys to wish me luck. I will continue to take you along on this process. Tomorrow I'm going to print out the posters and get them ready to be framed. I think I'm gonna do that in here. And after that, I just gotta wait until Saturday because that's when my brother and my dad are coming to help me get stuff hung, and I should be done. By Sunday, I should be totally done. And that spot should look way better than what it does now. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello, it is now Friday, the next day. It is almost noon, which is nice because I thought it was only like 11 and I'm hungry, which means I get to eat soon. But I went and worked out this morning at Orange Theory at 7:30, and after that I decided, well, I had already decided, I headed over to Office Max to print out the prints that I plan to put in these picture frames. Let me be careful because I don't want to break them. These picture frames that I have for my classroom. I was going to do it in my classroom. When I left my classroom yesterday, I thought I'll just come back tomorrow and get everything laminated and cut in the classroom, but I decided against that this morning. There's nothing like being in the comfort of your own home with your dogs. So I went and got that printed Office Max. I had it printed on like not the thickest cardstock, but definitely not just regular laser printer paper. And so it cost me a total of $10. I printed out 14 different sheets in full color. And the reason why I chose to do that, I think I said this yesterday, but if I didn't, I just wanted to make sure that the quality of the prints were going to be just right. So here is what they look like. So I just finished laminating them. Again, this is a product from, and I'll turn the camera this way so you can see them all. This is a product from Kim at Elementary in the Mitten. She made these. These are in her TPT store. And I know in recent days, she's added more people to this package. I think she was taking requests for a while. So this is just 14 of the ones that are available, but I know that there's more. So I decided to laminate them just to make them a little bit more sturdy and thick. There's Michelle Obama, sorry. One of my favorite people in the world. So Dolores Huerta, Sonia Sotomayor, Frida Kahlo, Rosa Parks, and I think that's it. So there's 14 of them all together. Depending on how this goes and what space I have, I definitely wouldn't be opposed to re-downloading it and printing out the additions that she's added. But for the purpose of this little mini makeover, I'm sticking with the 14 because I have 14 frames. So I'm getting ready to cut them now. And my first fear is just making sure that they are sized just right in these frames. I'm not the best at cutting things straight, so I'm getting ready to cut them, get them in the frames, and I'm not gonna vlog that process because I really need to concentrate. But I will show you like what one of them looks like when all is said and done, so wish me luck. All right, I have finished prepping the posters and the frames. I took my time. I did a pretty good job. Some of them, there's like little parts that are a little cut off, but there's not really anything I can do about it. You still get the gist of the saying, and you know, I'm not gonna stress too much about it. So here is how they turned out. This one is Greta Thunberg. And you can see that this is the one style of the frame that I bought. And then this is the other style that I have more of. And I was mistaken, I have 6 of these. And 8 of these, I think, is what ended up happening. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it will be a nice addition to the wall. I love the product. Again, I will definitely try and remember to link this in the description box. If I forget, someone just let me know and I'll put it up there. But that's all I'm doing for today because everything else now just requires me to get the help of my dad to get these hung up. And I'm going to pick up the table from Home Goods tomorrow so that I don't just have it sitting in my car. And that's really it. So I'm happy with it. I'm getting ready to eat some lunch right now. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Friday. So more than likely, unless something exciting happens in the name of this mini classroom makeover, I will be talking to you from, maybe not from my classroom, we'll see. But I will be talking to you at some point tomorrow. But you'll definitely be in my classroom at some point tomorrow. So anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, it's Saturday. It's about 2:30. I am heading to my classroom now to meet my dad to hang these pictures. This should be it. This should be the final little bit of it. So this morning, after my workout at Orange Theory, I went to Home Goods to pick up the table that I ended up purchasing. I'm trying to think of like what all I've updated you guys on. Since I took that table back to Walmart, I decided to replace that with another rug from Walmart. So I did get that. And then I have other stuff in my car that I just need to drop off in my classroom, as well as the pictures that he's going to hang. So my hope is that when all is said and done in there with my dad today, that the vision that I had in my mind comes to life, and that area in my classroom that I never really hated and that I never really liked and pretty much hated is now transformed into a beautiful space that I can look at and smile instead of look at and feel disappointed in myself. So this is always the part of me putting a room together, like this last little part where you don't know if it's going to work until you actually see it. Like, that's where we're at. Now, as I'm doing this, there's a part of me that's like, I don't even know if I'll get to enjoy this space, because we know what next school year is gonna look like. A couple of days ago, Thursday night, is when we had our board meeting where our district announced what the plan was. And so basically parents have 3 options to choose from. One is hybrid, where their child comes to school half the day, either in the morning or in the afternoon. And then half the class comes in the morning, half the class comes in the afternoon, is really the best way for me to explain that. And then they do work at home that I may or may not assign them. I'm not going to purposely just assign them things to do at home if there's nothing for them to do. So they can do that, or they can do 100% distance learning, which is virtual learning, where they're learning from a teacher who could be any teacher in the district 100% of the time, but they have to show up on a schedule. Like, they have to be online at this time with these assignments and these deadlines and these due dates. So much more stringent than what it was when we were doing distance learning from March on. And then the third option is they can choose to participate in our district's homeschool program, which is different. Like, they can kind of do their work as they see fit. They make their own schedule. It's a slightly different curriculum. So those are the choices they have to choose from. But that being said, with the numbers spiking in different counties and surrounding school districts deciding to possibly just start online, period, and then see about going into the hybrid, there is a possibility that that could happen to me. I'm hoping that it doesn't, because as you know, if you've been watching me, I hated teaching through the computer, but if that's what I have to do, then that is what I will do. So there is a part of me that's like, I might be doing all this and for nothing. But eventually we'll be in the classroom. So I keep telling myself that even if we don't go in today, we'll go in eventually. So I'm going to stop talking now because I have to unlock the gate to get into my school. And the next time I chat with you, I'll be in the classroom with my dad hanging pictures. All right, I've made it into my classroom. My dad is here. This is the pictures that he's hanging for me. So these are the posters that I laminated and I framed yesterday. And because my dad is very particular and you need to be prepared, I have laid out the pattern or how I want them on the wall. So that's why they're laid out like this. And he is just measuring things so that the pictures are centered to that empty space there. So that's what my dad is here to do. Anytime I need something hung in my classroom, I beg him to do it because he's really good at it. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna figure this out, and then I will show you the process, or show you when it's all hung and done. Well, hey, it's after 8 o'clock at night, and I did not pick up the camera to show you where we ended the day. Now, that did not happen because something went wrong. In fact, everything went relatively smoothly and according to plan. But when my dad finished hanging the pictures and some other things that I wanted him to hang, I realized that I needed to do some cleaning and put some things away. And by the time we were done, I was just ready to go. And I know I have to go back tomorrow because I will need to like tidy it up, take some pictures, and film a little clip. That's Genesis. Film a little clip kind of wrapping things up for We Are Teachers. So I figured I would share the final product with you guys tomorrow because I want to do it justice. So yeah, but what ended up happening is he hung the pictures, Jenny, and I took a gander at everything to see if what my mind saw is what was now being seen in reality, and for the most part it was, but there were like little spots that needed some adjusting. So my dad left. I went to TJ Maxx to look for a couple of things for the table, and found one little thing, another Ray Dunn item, and I figured, well, if I have one piece on that table, then I might as well make it a complete look. But I only have two things. And then I went to Hobby Lobby, and I picked up something. I should show it to you, but I'm gonna take it back. I picked up something to kind of address this little corner of the area that was irritating me, and it turned out that it was too big. It was a good idea in theory, but it was too big for the corner, and it didn't have anywhere else to fit. So I did some rearranging. I won't tell you what else I rearranged in my room to kind of fix that area, because I'll show it to you tomorrow. And maybe I'll show you the thing that I'm taking back to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. I did find a chair at Hobby Lobby and a pillow. So the pillow that I bought from Walmart will be going back. And then I went to Target to see if they had little knickknacks, and I picked up a plant, and I think that's it. So I am done, I believe. I just got to go in, rearrange, clean up, and then show you the finished product. But I don't know, like, it's kind of embarrassing to say, like, right now I feel very worked up, like very, I don't know if it's anxiety or adrenaline, because I always have this feeling when I'm like in the throes of like decorating something or putting something together, and I'm at the point where it's just about done, and I always get this same like anxious feeling or feeling in my stomach. And I don't think it's anxiety, because what would I have to be anxious about? Because I'm done and I'm satisfied. So I'm assuming it's adrenaline, because I know that when I was in my classroom today, like moving things around and coming up with ideas, I felt like this must be what an adrenaline rush is. And for me to have an adrenaline rush over decorating things is kind of ridiculous, but I think that's how I derive adrenaline. So I'm just checking in because I wanted to explain why you didn't see the classroom after my dad was working on hanging the pictures, but I will show it to you tomorrow because I have to go back in there, and then I will wrap it up, end up the vlog, and that will be the end of that. But I've had fun, but again, I have learned that once I get a little taste of decorating something or redoing something, I really go all in, and there's no stopping me. So there's that. But I'll see you guys. Okay guys, it's Sunday. and I'm officially back in my classroom, and I think we're done. So last night I told you that I just was all over the place, just feeling worked up. I think I told you last night. If I didn't, I like ended the day just feeling like amped up. I think it was like an adrenaline rush. Woke up this morning, went to Orange Theory, returned a pillow at Walmart, came back, and here I had to clean up some things because I needed to take some pictures of everything for We Are Teachers. And then I went home and got dressed and put on some makeup because I just filmed a video for a different project that I was working on that required me to look, you know, presentable. And so here I am, also to show you guys the finished product. Are you guys ready? Here it is. There is the finished product. It just looks so much better. Like, even when I look at it here, I'm just like, yes, this is much better. So I'll flip it around, kind of talk through some things. So where do I want to start? So let's start here. So again, this bookcase was moved. This used to be like smack dab in the middle of this wall. I don't know why I thought that was my best option. That was not my best moment in terms of decorating, excuse me. And then these are, with the exception of this here, I'm gonna cover that because it does have some students on it. That read sign is old, and then all the little pictures around it, or the 3 pictures around it, are from Walmart. The picture behind my hand is just a picture of my last group of elementary school students. That was a gift to me, and I want to keep it in the class just because, you know, that's kind of significant. The other thing that happened is this plant, if you really want to pay attention to details, you will realize this plant used to be in my teacher corner over there, and I'll show you what I put there instead. But when I got everything in place, it just felt like this needed like a plant or something here, so I moved it there. That's just my rolling cart that I got from Hobby Lobby to prepare myself for moving around as a teacher if that becomes necessary. And then these are the prints from Elementary in the Mitten that I got framed up. My dad hung these up for me. Some of them might be a little off because, you know, these are frames that were on the cheaper side. So the hooks on the back weren't exactly in the right or in the same spot. And then we ended up having to take the backs off because these were all frames that were meant to be like on tables. So they all had this piece on it. So we ended up having to take those off because it was making them like droop. So I like the way that turned out. And then this is the table that I couldn't show you guys from Home Goods. So this is it in its wide form, but if I wanted to narrow it, this piece folds down and this piece folds down, and then it would just be like the center piece. As far as the little knickknacks I was looking for, I got some paper baskets from Walmart, and here's my little Ray Dunn corner. I can't believe that I have it, but I did. But it worked, like it matches like the look. Ended up getting the rug from Walmart. The chair is from Home Goods, and that's pretty much it. So this plant was sitting on the desk or on that table yesterday, but I moved it here. I put the Coffee First sign there, and then this lamp is replacing the plant that was there. So if you've watched my vlogs, this lamp used to be there, but when I moved the plant from there, I put that there, and I actually just ordered a coat rack from Amazon to put there because last year I always got mad at myself for not having a coat rack in the classroom to like hang my sweaters on or stuff like that. So that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed going through this little mini makeover with me. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will be sure to link the previous classroom tour video if you haven't seen that, in case you're interested. So thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.